And good evening.
Talk to us about what prompted the NQA to issue individuals who studied with these verification request letters and now only.
Thank you very much, NBC, for having me. And I just want to make, to clarify this issue to the public, that the verification of foreign qualification is not a new practice. The NQA has been asking clients who are submitting the foreign qualification to have them verified by the institutions, and this practice has been there for over 5 years. It was not only fully applied to all SADC countries, and this initiative is just to have all the clients who are submitting their qualification wherever, as long as it's a foreign qualification, to have them verified. So we are just extending the practice.
And does this decision also apply to individuals who studied at well-established institutions that are recognized by the NQA?
Yes. You see, let me I'll categorize my answer in two parts. So the first one is that we have a number of people claiming that they have studied at a prestigious institution, well-established institutions, but we are not sure. That's why we are verifying their qualifications. And the other issue is also that there's a misconception that the NQA does accredit foreign institution, but accreditation of foreign institution is done by the quality assurance system in their countries. Mm-hmm. So what the NQA is doing is to recognize if those institutions are accredited and their qualifications are also accredited in the country of origin. Thank you.
And what time frame are you looking at? Because you mentioned earlier that this is, an exercise you undertake every 5 years. So does it apply to Namibians who studied abroad in the past year only, the past 3 years, the past 5 years? Please explain that.
Thank you. We issue verification request letter to anybody. So whether you studied some 10 years ago, or you recently finished study, or wherever. So whether you are a Namibian or a foreigner, and you want us to evaluate your qualification, we will issue with the verification request letter. Mm-hmm. And this is a normal practice everywhere. So just to have your qualification or to have assurance that this qualification is obtained legally.
And what happens if and when a verification cannot be produced by an institution?
Since we started with this practice, we don't have a number of cases where institutions refuse to issue verification to their former students. So people, because of people mobility, people are moving from various parts of the world to the other parts of the world. So, and if the qualification is legally obtained, the institution does not have any problem. They are eager to assist their former students.
Mm-hmm. And prior to this exercise, how exactly did the NQA determine the authenticity and legitimacy of a qualification?
Yeah, the NQA has an internal process that we are using and that are catered for by the evaluation regulations. So we have regulations that are guiding us how to determine and also how to verify that this qualification is legally obtained. So we have internal process as well as the external process where we verify from either from the institution or from the institutions like the institution that deals with the information management system of qualifications, like, for example, in some parts, it's called as the National Learner Record Database, or we have, for example, in UK, we have an institution like the HEDD. So, but, you know, nowadays, most of the institutions are not eager to give the information about the student to the third parties. That's why we are involving our students, so that the institutions are assured that the students have, or the NQA have the consent of the student. That's why we issue with those verification request letters.
Mr. Shonghela, just as we round off our discussion, how long do qualification holders and institutions have to submit these verification letters?
Sorry, come again?
My question was, how long do the qualification holders and institutions have to submit these verification letters?
Yeah, the institution are eager once they received the request letter, and they will just issue that information to the NQA as soon as possible. Because the process is like this. An applicant approaches the NQA with his foreign or her foreign qualification, and then we enter that application into our system. We issue the verification letter, and then the applicant sends that verification letter to the institution, in most cases to the registrar of the institution. And the institution responds directly to us, because we have the email that we give to those institutions, so that they can respond directly to us. If they want, they can copy in the student in case the student wants to make follow-up.
Mr. Shonghela, thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Okay, thank you very much. I just want to say there's no need for the public to panic. This is a normal practice, and as far as I remember, the institutions are very eager to issue this verification, because it's a normal practice worldwide.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That was Mr. Josef Shonghela, the evaluations manager at the NQA, speaking to us there. Let's take a further look at our local news.